Don't be flustered or intimidated by masks. A mask is really just a mask. And even though he's flustered and intimidated by it, it's nothing to be scared of. It either hides or exposes something. While masks in Photoshop are often considered an advanced technique, once you understand them, they become quite basic and really they're very, very powerful. Masking is really just a more sophisticated way of isolating elements, of blending elements and composing images. But the technique doesn't live alone. It works hand in hand with those other methods of selection, from lasso tool to paths. Using all three of these in combination, alternately or reciprocally, you'll continually find new solutions and surprises. Now, in the still life that I'm going to show you here, there it is, if you can see that, we can easily mask the mask out of that composition. That's this mask. The first thing, though, we need to do is to choose the method of selection to use. So as you know, we have several. We can use the lasso tool, which is easy enough, or the path tool, or we can use the brush. In fact, we can use a combination of all of them. See, from mask to selection and selection to paths in my own work, I often find I go from one to the other and back again. Being able to use the brush tool or the gradient tool for masks speeds up my work and actually gives me a more organic way of isolating and blending images into a composition. As we'll see in later lectures, all the skills that we've developed up to this point come into play again and again. The addition of blend modes should open up an extra dimension to how you can play with your compositions and your composited images. Blend modes can heighten the dramatic aspects of images. In combination with masks, they can also hide different areas, they can fade them, they can help you to emphasize different parts. So let's take a look at the original dog park image that we used at the beginning of this lecture. If you recall, the last thing that we did was to isolate the dog using a mask, and then using a saturation adjustment layer, we desaturated the background. But if instead of desaturating, you chose to simply apply a multiply blend mode to the top layer, it makes the image more romantic. Sort of like one of those old Doris Day movies with the soft edges. If instead of multiply, though, you decide on linear burn, it'll give the image an even more dramatic effect. The multiply will soften the grass, but it doesn't overpronounce the effect. With linear burn, the dog stays the same because of the mask, but the grass is much more contrasted. Again, this is just another level of tool manipulation that you could and should add to your growing quiver of Photoshop arrows. Come here, bird. Okay? Armed with this awareness of these very small but effective adjustments, your professional work in Photoshop will know no boundaries. The tools and the effects will help you to create things that are not just dramatic, but also, and more importantly, they're simple to deploy and they're versatile enough that you can go back and forth and you can change them whenever you need to. So, again, a mask is just a mask, and it doesn't have to scare you.
Did you like this video? Then subscribe today to stay up to date on our channel or follow us on Google+, Twitter, and Facebook. Visit sessions.edu for more info on classes and admissions. Also, don't forget to check out the links to free downloadable content in the description. Thanks for watching.